If I lost my Etsy shop today and had to start all over again in 2025, here's exactly what I would do. Hi guys, my name is Nathan and I've made over $44,000 this year in revenue selling Canva templates, but honestly, if I was starting out, I wouldn't do half the things I did in the beginning. I wasted so much time chasing the wrong products, underpricing myself, ignoring and designing way too much before even knowing what my customers truly wanted. In this video, I'm giving you the real roadmap, step by step, of how I build a profitable digital product shop business from scratch with 0 views, 0 following, and 0 experience. And I promise, I'm not going to just tell you to make great products or post consistently. I'm going to break down the strategies, the mistakes, and the exact moves I'd make to get my first $1,000 as fast as humanly possible. Step 1, research before designing. When I started, I jumped straight into designing and I thought, if I make enough products, someone will eventually buy what I'm putting out there. And newsflash, baby, that was not the case at all. If I was starting in 2025, I would spend the entire first week just doing research. Not even open Canva at this point, just design research. And here's exactly how I do it. I'd go in the search bar on Etsy and type in something like Instagram templates, wedding invites, resume templates, marketing templates, Canva banners. From there, what do you see? Are there shops with thousands of sales in that niche? That's proof of demand, right? And then I'd go on their shop and then I would see how many listings do they have in each category. Is there 100 listings in Instagram templates, but only 10 listings in website templates? Or is there 100 listings in wedding templates versus 10 listings in back to school templates? You know, that is doing market research. That is understanding there is a need and there is a demand for those specific types of products. And obviously read the reviews, not just by 5-star ones, but the 3-star ones. That's where customers can kind of complain and talk about what they liked in the product and what they disliked in the product. And from there, you are gathering that knowledge, you are adding that to your arsenal to understand, all right, they didn't like this element of that project, let me add that to mine. They didn't like the color scheme of that template, so you know what, let me change the color scheme of my template, right? You are building foundations, you are doing research, you are understanding what the market wants. This is what's called reverse engineering demand. Don't start with your idea, start with the customer's pain point. If I would have done this from the beginning, I would have saved so much time. Instead of guessing, I would have created products that people actually wanted instead of products that just sat in my store for months and did not sell. Took me hours to create. So yes, please start with market research. Step 2, start small, but go deep. My biggest mistake early on was trying to cover everything. I had resumes, planners, Instagram templates, wedding invites. The list truly goes on and on and on. It kind of looked like a garage sale, just a jumble of things all around that you didn't really know where to start and you got overwhelmed and just wanted to leave the yard sale. If I was starting over, I'd pick 1 or 2 niches and go deep into the niche. I'd want to be a market leader in that niche. Let's say I picked real estate templates. Instead of making random things, I dominate that niche. Instagram post stories, flyers, business cards, listing presentations, branding kits, the list goes on and on and on, specifically for real estate templates. So why would I do this? Why would I be so niche specific about one certain thing? Specialization builds trust. What I found in my case is that being specialized in something kind of helps a customer think, okay, this person gets me. This person understands what I'm talking about. This person understands my profession, or they understand what I'm looking for. And I feel like Etsy kind of notices this too. When your shop has multiple listings that targets the same customer, the algorithm connects the dots and you kind of start getting recommended to more buyers in that specific niche. So instead of 100 random products, I'd launch with 15 to 20 laser focused ones. That's enough to look established, but not overwhelming. Think of it like this. It's like being the best pizza shop in town, all right? They're specialized in pizza. Instead of just a regular rinky-dink diner that serves pizza, but they also serve hamburgers and hot dogs and ice cream sundaes and ribs even, you know, like you just want to be specialized in something and be known for that. Step 3 is to build branding from day 1. Here's something I did too late that took me hours and hours and hours to recover from is branding. If I was starting today, I'd make sure my shop looked professional, clean banners, I'm talking listing cards, listing photos, shop policies. I would make sure my shop had all its P's and Q's down because branding matters. Branding builds trust with your audience. If you have a listing that just looks like it was randomly thrown together on a random Tuesday and has no rhyme or reason or cohesiveness with it, I'm not buying that. If anything, I feel like it's a scam, right? When you look at these big companies like H&M, Target, PacSun, they all have a specific branding. They have specific vibes, right? They have color schemes. You want to establish your shop as a brand. So why? Why do you want your shop to have branding, to have listing cards, to be a certain color scheme? It's because it makes your shop memorable. If your shop looks like every other Etsy shop with all the other same listing photos with the white background, Canva mockup slapped on, you're really just gonna blend in with the crowd and nobody is going to shop from you. But if your listings have a style, a vibe, it evokes an emotion out of people are gonna be like, oh wait, that's so-and-so shop, let me buy from them. Or, oh wait, I love their design style, I bought something from them previously, let me buy something from them again and see if they've updated anything. People will remember your shop because of the vibe it makes them feel. I used Canva personally, and how I kind of established my branding is I looked at the other digital sellers in my space to see how they were laying out their listings, what they were like saying their listing offered. I was gathering that information when I was creating my branded templates. You can create branding in Canva, Photoshop. I know people do Premiere. For me personally, I'm a Canva boy, so I did all of it in Canva. But establishing brand identity early is really what is going to set your shop up for the big numbers and for scaling your business and to just see success. Step 4 is going to be to master listing SEO early. Another thing I messed up early on was treating my listings kind of just like an afterthought. The title, the description, the tags. I wouldn't make the title ultra specific. I wouldn't use all 13 tags. I wouldn't do anything with the description. This is one of the biggest mistakes I feel like I probably made, is because on Etsy, your listing is your salesperson. If I was starting over, I'd spend as much time writing the listing as I did designing the actual product itself. Titles with long tail keywords, descriptions that don't just repeat keywords, but sell the outcome. Instead of Instagram templates for realtors, I'd say easily customizable Instagram templates designed to help realtors post consistently and have a professional tone online. No design skills needed. That small shift from describing the product to selling the benefit is what makes people want to add to cart and purchase now. And the SEO element is just as important, all right? Etsy runs on search, so your job is to speak the buyer's language. Not what you call it, but what they call it. If you can master SEO early, you will not need ads, although I do recommend running ads. Is a great way to boost visibility of your shop, a great way to increase conversions. But if you can truly master Etsy SEO, your products will rank and traffic will come in easily. In step 5, using pricing to build momentum. Pricing is where a lot of people overthink, and here's exactly how I do it if I was starting over again. I would start with low pricing from $5 to $7 so you can get some reviews in. Reviews are currency on Etsy. I would keep this pricing until I got about 10 to 20 reviews. That way you're no longer a newbie shop. Phase 2, we would raise pricing slowly from about $10 to $12 to see if the conversion rates are still steady. After phase 2 is complete and we've noticed that there hasn't been a drop in sales, we're gonna go to phase 3, premium pricing. Once you're actually established, higher prices actually builds more credibility because customers assume since it's a higher price, they're getting higher quality. This is how I would build momentum fast because yes, you're making less money at first, but ultimately those early sales create the initial foundation for long-term profit. So I want you to think of it as an investment, okay? The first 100 sales are gonna build credibility to your shop for the next 1,000 sales where you're gonna make money. Step 6 is gonna be to plan for scaling from day 1. This is the part I completely ignored at first, was scalability. When you're new, you think you need to have literally 1,000 digital products in your shop, and at first it does feel that way, but that path will lead you to burnout, I promise. If I was starting in 2025, I would build systems from the start. Batch design days, all right? One weekend equals 4 to 6 products. So recycling assets, that means fonts, color palettes, layout structures. Customers need to see variety, but I'm not gonna reinvent the wheel, all right? Seasonal planning, planners in January, wedding templates in spring, graduation stuff in May. Etsy has natural buying cycles, and if you plan for them, you're already one step ahead. And I'd keep in mind the Pareto principle. 20% of my products are gonna equate for 80% of my revenue. So once I understand what my winners are, I double down and use that for my next set of products. So if I had to start my Etsy shop all over again in 2025, here's exactly what I do. Research before creating, pick one niche and dive deep, build branding from day 1, master listings and SEO, price my product strategically, and then plan for scale. So that's the roadmap, folks. This is exactly the process I would take to take my shop from $0 all the way back up to $44,000. And it's not hard. All it takes is discipline and a willingness to start. Thank you guys so much for watching. If this video was helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment about what you're thinking about starting. Let me know video ideas you guys would love to see from me, because I would love to help you guys out in any possible way that I can. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.